We're back. And just what you knew you needed, 2 more drag queens in front of you on a regular basis. But you know what? They asked for it.
Did they ask for it?
They did, and we are just giving it to them.
We're giving it to you all the way from St. Louis, Missouri.
Pew, 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 pew.
Giving it to you in a way that I don't think you would quite comprehend if you were here in person. That's why we need you so far back.
Far. Stay there.
Far back?
Mm-hmm.
You can't touch us with a 10-foot pole.
No. Bedroom princess. Pillow biter crybabies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't take our picture unless you're 10 feet away.
Uh-huh.
That's another rule.
That's a good rule.
Yeah.
And then how much are we charging per picture?
At least 25 cents. I'll go 50 cents if you want a nipple.
I love that elementary school grade pricing. That's great.
Well, I'm just thinking, if a Polaroid costs what? It's like $12 for a pack of 10.
Yeah.
Okay, so we do need to raise those prices.
Yeah.
We're talking like $1.50 a photo because I need to at least make that investment back.
So we're not looking to earn any money off of this, just to make
20
even.
cents. We're looking to make 20 cents.
So honestly, the price is good. The distance is all we ask. Not hard.
Distance is easy.
Anyway, we're here and I'm so happy.
Oh my God.
I'm so happy to be in drag with you.
It's a different format.
I'll add the
Is that your
metal
ASMR?
sound later. It's my Jackie Kennedy eating sheet metal noise. Which I don't know if anyone else on this planet knows about. I feel like you and I are the only one who've seen those videos.
No, people have seen those Jackie videos.
If you've heard her chomp on sheet metal on TikTok, right below.
Can you imagine if I was
Eating
that?
sheet metal? Yes.
No. That would be wild, though.
Yeah.
I'm just saying I was chomping my teeth, and I thought, what if one of my teeth just fell out?
I wouldn't be surprised at this point.
Just like...
I guess I would roll with it.
I'd like...
Honestly, do a number with it.
Ooh.
Get on the floor with it, and,
How would you dance like a tooth? Wait, get in those cracks.
Get in the cracks. Oh, yeah, the shoes.
Oh. I thought that was your knee.
It might as well have been my knee. When I stand up, it is a full orchestra. Okay. Percussion section only, though, actually. Not full. Well, let me look at my notes here. Ooh. We wanted to just catch you up all up on where we've been. What we've been doing.
Where we've been.
Yeah.
Where we're going. The planets we have visited. I don't know.
We've still been doing drag. You've seen it. Even if it hasn't been filmed, it's been around. We're in our Polaroid era.
Yeah.
Love that.
Yes. Everybody's kind of been doing the Polaroid thing.
I did see someone recently famous started doing that too.
CC Superstar. Do you remember CC Superstar from Canada's Drag Race?
Yes.
Wait, was she from Canada's Drag Race?
I don't know who that is.
CC Superstar, love her. If you're watching, hello.
Hi.
We love you.
We both love you and know who you are.
I think she's selling Polaroids.
Okay.
Like $12. So,
Okay.
move the decimal over and you're
basically... yeah, you got us.
Basically us. But she's been on Drag Race. No, who else was doing it? Eyebrows.
Trinity the Tuck.
No.
Q.
Not Jan, but...
Her sister, Rose.
Yes! Yes! Rose was doing it.
Yeah.
She took a whole bunch, I think, to take to DragCon, maybe?
Oh, yeah, that's a good idea.
But they were like sexy Polaroids.
Yeah.
They weren't like drag Polaroids.
She's a different bedroom queen than us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, I feel good. I feel great. I feel good.
You should.
But when I go to take a picture of myself on my phone, I go...
maybe not. And especially in drag, I get you want to feel the fantasy.
I think it's all about the here and now sort of situation.
Right.
And not about the later.
Explain. Because in that sense, I think you're advocating for less filtering.
I don't think
the filter's all about the
photos.
after.
I don't take a lot of photos ever. I've been better. That's why we got the Polaroid camera so that I can actually just print them out and be able to look at them and they're not trapped on my phone.
Yeah.
I know this is not what we were supposed to be talking about.
It goes where it goes.
But I have been trying to take more photos lately, but then I don't look back on the photos ever really.
Right.
So I'm like, just live in the here and now.
Yeah.
Don't take the photo.
Enjoy it in the mirror.
Enjoy it in the mirror.
Oh, this is such a good point, though, about like tourism as well, because I went overseas in the fall. And I told you about this. It's heinous with the TikTokers and everything now. I mean, it's always been since we've had cameras on our phones and you travel. That's how people take their vacation photos now. But like, that is the reason they travel now, is for the photo. And so we're at like, you know, we went to Paris. I went to Paris. It was like the Eiffel Tower.
I didn't go to Paris.
Gorgeous. Wish you were here. And everyone, it's like,
well, then
in the background or doing TikTok dances on the side, and they're just like, "Yeah, got the photo. Goodbye."
Who's really enjoying what?
Me. I'm the one there in person, actually enjoying it. No, I just mean
like with all of that around, who's getting to enjoy anything?
That's what I'm saying. Like you're kind of ruining it for everybody.
I guess.
Like,
did you see that?
It's sort of easy to ignore. It's not. It's not.
I understand. Did you see that video of that family doing like a TikTok dance in an airport?
Yes.
And somebody filmed it from like 50 feet away.
Like Lady Bunny, and they were like, "This is the end of civilization." Yeah, I did see that.
That was wild.
That's what it was like. Only it was like everybody.
If my parents asked me to dance in an airport, I'd be like, no. First off.
What's so interesting is like, are we going to have a generation of people who are like, what, you don't dance in public? And like, then we're the weirdos.
I guess that's true. But I also have like self-confidence issues. So I don't know if I'd ever want to actually do that.
Also, what's the payoff? Like, does that family's like TikTok, are they viral or whatever? Like, if we're doing it, I want to see the numbers. I want to see the payout. You know what I mean?
I guess.
Because that's part of the high of social media, right? Like, we take our cunty photos and then we go on and we're like, who saw them, right?
I guess that's true. Yeah.
But you're right. I definitely enjoy, at least for drag.
Yeah.
Being in drag, in the moment, in the party, when I catch myself in the mirror.
And you're like, yeah.
No picture compares. Yeah, totally.
No picture compares. I also have this thing where I think the phone is filling in the gaps sometimes. It's not actually what's going on.
No, at this point,
filling in gaps.
At this point, the filters are kind of automatic. Yeah.
I hate that.
Yeah.
I want to see my face.
They're doing the correction for you. But that's because not everyone's professional.
Yeah.
And they're just like, we want you to see,
girl,
what it can be like.
But when you can be you...
People don't want to be you.
I mean, isn't that what
people don't want to be you? No, I'm kidding. No, come back. Don't go too far. Oh, I thought you took the mic with you, and I was like, it's all over.
No.
Oh, now you can't find it. I got you.
Oh! Girl, it's been a long time since I've worn these shoes.
Yeah, the last time I wore those shoes, it wasn't so successful either. By the way, you saw me at Tower Grove Pride. You didn't.
Did you see us at Tower Grove Pride?
Yes, we
I
did.
actually really enjoyed that.
St. Louis's premier Dolly Parton least.
This is what dreams are made of.
So first of all, people did stop you many times, which I was glad. You looked amazing.
I had my big blonde wig on.
Yeah.
And I had fringe.
Fringe, sort of cowgirly. Yeah. I see it.
I got it.
But it was like, Dolly!
From like, half a mile away.
And we're like getting close, like, can I take a picture? And they're like, your Dolly is amazing. And I was like, isn't it?
But
just eating it up from the sideline.
I really thought I was going to hate that experience. Really loved it.
Yeah, it was fun.
The temperature, it was hot, but I don't think I noticed it after I was there.
I forgot after a minute. I had my fan going.
Yeah.
Like, there were other things to distract.
Yes. The worst part was the walk from the car.
Yeah, that was long.
We need to invest in go-karts.
I want a drone to just drop me. And then when I'm done, come and just... What are you trying to do?
Just come and pick you up?
You did it, yeah. I thought you were going to fall. And I was ready to laugh.
Girl, I got snot.
This is just quick sidebar. For many of our, if there's any of our, if there's anyone in drag or who does drag that's watching, what's with the runny nose thing? Is it because all your pores get clogged up? But that's not how we breathe. Whenever I get in drag, my nose starts running.
Do you breathe out your nose?
Yeah.
I'm unfortunately a mouth breather. I have found out recently that if I make my nose do this,
yeah, you breathe better.
I can breathe better.
I bet you have a deviated septum.
And I'm like, oh my God, this is like a Leah Michelle moment.
I do that sometimes too, and I'll sit when I'm like on a computer, and I'll
be
doing,
like, it feels so much better.
Yeah.
Why didn't God make me like that?
Do your nostrils also flare?
A little bit.
And you find that when they're open, you breathe better?
Yeah. Yeah.
We got to get nose jobs, girl.
I don't.
Let's get them together.
I don't.
Random nose jobs. 2 for the price of 1.
I feel like, though, I'd want to make my nose weirder. I don't know if I'd want to make it smaller. I feel like I'd want to make it bigger.
Well, because you already have a very distinctive nose.
Yeah.
It's such a pretty nose.
I mean,
I don't think I've ever told
all
you.
this video is going to be my nose.
Right, your hair is kind of black. But I see that. Yeah, you're not correcting anything. It's like, how do I make this cooler? Yeah. I just want my nostrils open. Maybe if I paint my nostrils wider, I'll breathe better.
I mean, have you ever painted your nostrils wider?
No, have you?
It's wild.
Is it like, do you look different? Do you feel like you don't recognize yourself in the mirror?
I only did it once, and it was for a class, and I was doing something. I don't remember what. It might have been like old age or something.
Oh, okay.
It was like a theater class.
Oh, right.
And they're like, old people
have wider nostrils?
Wider nostrils. That was in the book. That was in the book. And I was like,
I guess your nose never stops growing.
Right. So I took that brush, slathered on some black.
Yeah.
Wait. Girl, that was like 2 giant like space balls up in there.
Space balls.
Black holes. And I was like, I committed.
Circling black holes.
That was the last thing I did. And I was like, here it is, me and these 2 giant balls on my face.
Yeah.
And I think, leave your nostrils alone.
Leave them alone. They're fine.
You're fine.
Delta Work has a whole big thing about this, though.
Does she?
And she draws a little bit in. And or
she makes them bigger.
She was saying she at least goes up in there with some foundation.
Oh, interesting.
Because she's like, I have the kind of nose, and I kind of have this too.
Yeah.
Where you see up in that little corner of it.
Yeah.
And if you're doing high horror capital D drag,
already get makeup in there anyway.
Yeah, but she's like, I'm intentional about it. Picking her nose, foundation on the tip. But yeah, I get that too.
Hate that drip.
I know.
Usually one eye gets really watery.
I had that too.
But so far, so good. Oh.
That was only supposed to be a sidebar. What were we talking about before? Drag in at Pride.
Drag at Pride.
Yeah, it was fine.
We are old, but we would also would really enjoy it to maybe become part of the community here in St. Louis.
Totally.
We're open to that. We are I don't know.
We're what?
We want to go out, girl.
Yeah, let's go out.
Let's go out.
And like preferably nighttime. We did the daytime thing.
We did the daytime thing.
Yeah. Daytime thing. I think we got to find out what it's like at night. Yeah.
Yeah.
Colder.
I mean, it's cold right now.
Feels good.
I feel good.
But yeah, I would love to. Part of like us getting here on your screens again is to try out more in drag, do it more often. Maybe we'll take the camera out in public sometime and show y'all what we're doing out at night.
How do you feel about the everyday person?
You mean the layman?
Yes.
Not good, bitch.
What
about you?
You
mean our audience? Our future potential
audience. I think the everyday person, if I were to just walk out of this house right now, I mean, this is a very specific neighborhood, but if I were to walk out right now and the first person I meet, I'd be like, hello, my name is Millie Monroe. I am a drag queen.
Yeah.
You want me to perform for you? I don't know. What else do you say?
So you are like, what are the people wanting from us?
No, I want to know how they would react. Even if a person doesn't like drag queens or gay people or whatever.
Yeah, just to you. They're like, what are they going to see when I see you?
Yeah, when they're like, hi, hello.
Dolly Parton. I think we learned a little.
Yeah. The everyday person, I think, is too afraid of us.
Too afraid, but curious. And that was at Pride, so obviously you're going to get people who are more curious. Yeah. But I think what we also learned that day was most people's idea of drag or entry into drag is impersonation. So I think you'll probably get that more first. I will get a lot of like, what the fuck are you doing? Or like,
woman.
I don't think I'm that fishy.
I mean, you could if you wanted to be.
Is that a read? You could be fishier if you tried.
No, I mean, it just depends on how you want to feel.
It's true. It's true. I definitely don't go. I mean, like, I'm not padded or anything. So it'd be interesting. You're right. I think that's part of what this is, though.
Yeah.
We want to find out what you all think. We obviously, I mean, like, not that much.
Well, if you don't like it, go away.
Exactly. Like, we are in a corner of YouTube. Just change the channel. But for those of us who do find us interesting, like you and I, we want to find out what they think.
We find each other interesting.
Yeah. Oh, do we not?
No, I think that's true. I think that's true.
And it's like we can sit every Friday night like we do, and have terribly interesting conversations.
Yeah.
Or we could do it in high whore drag and film it.
High whore drag.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm trying to think about. I mean, what we usually talk about on a Friday night is boring stuff, probably.
That's relative. I would say it's terribly interesting.
I mean, yeah.
Well, let's get back. You wanted to talk more about, like, doing drag more. What do you want out of drag as you do it? What do you want to... You want to find out what people think of you. That's fine. Like, how they would react. But, like, what do you want to do in drag?
The how the person reacts kind of thing is how I sort of... Not necessarily me, but, like, how does a normal person react to a drag queen out in the wild? Because sometimes
you are bringing the reality. You're like, I watch this on TV. Right. I see this on film. I need the real world experience before I commit to anything.
Yes.
That's very real.
I want to know, because when you see a bunch of queens on television or on your screen at the club or whatever, you are just seeing them sort of next to other queens. And in a safe environment and where they're going to be praised and all of that stuff. You're right. We got to kind of find out the legwork. Right. And I don't know, we've done drag so much and we've been out in public and doing drag so much that I feel like I'm sort of used to it now. We pretend like we've never gone out in public and drag. We have. Yeah, but we haven't, like, gone out, parked the car, gone into a place of and done a number. And, like, you know, well, we're not going to be doing that anyway. Well, a gay club could be a place of worship. I'm just talking, like, any place. We're not going to... I don't want to go to church. If we're talking about going to church and drag right now, I need to shut it down. No, just like a place of worship where people have fun and do what they need to do. You know what? At this point, the dolls are the dolls. The dolls are the dolls. And the places that collect the dolls are going to hopefully be safe. Obviously, we live in kind of a harsh country right now. But, like... I kind of see that as figuring out what you don't want it to be before figuring out what you do want it to be. You know what I mean? Like, the people and the spaces and all of that, to me, is sort of secondary. Like, I hope for the best. Yeah. But I'm looking at what I want to do, like, a number at a club or whatever. More videos, going out more in drag, stuff like that. And if a hater happens to be around, whatever. Honestly, if you want to fight me in drag, fucking fight me, because I am never at my feistiest. Like, that is true. Does anybody want to fight? I think you do become a different person when you put on drag. Totally. I feel like I am much more self-confident, confident. I have much more confidence. I feel good about myself, and I'm ready to take them on. I'm ready to take them on. Beat you up. Who are they? So I just think that's all just, like, taken care of. Yeah. Okay. I mean, I say that. We're going to get hit one day and have second thoughts. Have you ever been hit? No. Have you? Not intentionally. It's got very dark very quickly. We don't have to talk about that. But yeah, I think what I'm hearing there, too, is it's like, obviously, we're a little scared. Ooh, scary to go out. Everyone is scared. Everyone is scared. But the excitement of doing stuff in drag for me really kind of pushes me past that. Yeah. Well, what's so wonderful, too, is I feel like the world of drag has expanded so much that people like us, who had never really thought of ever getting into drag on a level that I think we have now. And I love that. You can show people what it can be. And also, we can show ourselves that it can be whatever we want it to be. Right. And I love that. You just do whatever you want. Yeah. And look amazing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or you try to look amazing. And really, that's what counts.
And that's what counts. So welcome to our channel. Every week we're going to be trying stuff and looking amazing. Oh, that's what it is.
Yeah, I feel great. I got a new bra today, so.
And you know what? They look great.
Hey,
Tits
they're
up.
high.
Tits up.
It's
But they're not too high. They're not here.
They're not
And I've
there.
seen that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
They're
They
great.
need to be a little lower, but I think they're okay.
Also, can we talk about the dress?
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
First of all, this like 60s psychedelic, but also like 90s does 60s.
No, I thought it looked a little. Oh well, I thought it was tie dye at first.
Oh yeah.
And then I was like, oh, I guess it's more watercolor, right?
Psychedelic-y, yeah,
So,
blended.
yeah, we'll see.
Oil slick.
Oil slick.
Oil spill. Oil spill.
Name that tune.
Only the deep girls know that one. Legacy girls. And the stones, gorgeous.
Oh, cheap stones.
Great.
But
Great
I don't know if
size.
they're glass, but
Oh, how dare you?
well, I mean, do you know how hard it is to get glass rhinestones
Yes, I do actually.
in St. Louis?
Yeah.
They don't got them anywhere.
They don't got them anywhere. And we
I
looked
mean,
everywhere.
Joann's and Michael's barely even sell stones anymore. What's going on?
Listen, they are not serving the girls at those two locations. We need a liberal craft store stat. We need a better mood needs to go public. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like the
Yeah.
craft options, the fabric options across our nation,
Mhm.
it's not giving.
Where are your theaters purchasing fabric in
That's a
St.
good
Louis?
Yeah.
Now, I know you all get people from New York and everything
Yeah.
to like come here and design stuff,
Yeah.
but they don't do all the shopping in New York.
Mm-mm.
I mean, maybe they do. They probably do a fair amount,
I mean,
but you always have last minute stuff you got to do.
yeah, thrift, I guess.
Where is the Muni
Where are
getting
they
their
pulling the-
fabric?
I don't know, girl. We need
Well-
to call someone up.
I know where they're getting the costumes.
Tell them.
Yeah, I want to know, St. Louis, where do you buy your fabric?
Where do you buy your
Where do you buy your stones? Where do you buy your feathers?
Because it's not at Joann's.
It's not at Joann's.
And it's definitely not Hobby Lobby.
I heard Joann's was going to go under.
Why?
And I was like,
Where
that's
were
it.
That's it.
That's it.
It's over.
I mean, there's Hobby Lobby,
But that's
Jesus
not it.
Christ.
No, literally Jesus Christ. And like we went to Hobby Lobby recently.
I mean, all they have is like boutiques. and
Nothing,
cottons,
nothing.
Which is like fine.
The
but-
store is impeccable because nobody shops there.
Yeah.
I mean, that I've never seen a cleaner store. Like
What is that?
it's like the regional manager was coming in that day,
Mm.
but like they were not panicked. So it was just like it's like that all the time, which means that they have too much time to straighten shit.
Yes. But I also feel like the only sections of that store that get messy are like
The craft, like the
Christmas aisle.
oh yes, there's seasonal
The
stuff up
seasonal
at the front.
stuff, I
That's
feel like
true.
That's the only stuff that gets like really kind of messy.
That's what people are shopping there for, though. They're going for the occasional home goods thing.
Yeah. I need a basket to put my towels in.
Honestly, they're going for baskets.
Yeah.
And they're not going for fabric.
No.
And they're going for fake flowers. Honestly, their fake
They do
flower
have their
section
fake
is like,
flowers.
yeah,
But I mean, come on.
come on. Or just stop selling some of those things. Don't pretend like you're the outfitter for fabric when
Yes.
all you have is flannel.
What happened to specialty stores?
Yeah. You know.
Everybody just sells everything now. And
Well,
it's
it's
not
Monopoly, girl.
done
That's called
well.
capitalism.
It's not done well.
Mm.
I was reading the other day about how Amazon was able to basically put all these bookstores under.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is wild. They basically were like taking losses on every book that they sold in order to put everybody else under.
And isn't that how they like built Amazon too? 'Cause
Yes.
it started out as a bookseller.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I mean, fact check me,
Mm.
but I think that's true.
I think you're right. I'm gonna go ahead and say it's true. Because I've also heard that they don't necessarily like treat their sellers well.
Who?
Like you can create a store and sell on Amazon.
Yes.
And it can be your own products, it can be other product, it can be like, 3M sticks or whatever.
What?
I don't know why the stick and seal like hanger things, that was the first thing that came to my mind.
Okay.
But yeah, and they'll like eat up their profits and shit. Like, I mean, like it's just a nasty, nasty business. Obviously, that much we know.
Yeah, I'm just like, is it that important to take out your competition?
To them it is, yeah.
Is that really what we want to do?
Well, what I want to know is like when you truly start making, like you are worth $1 billion.
Mm-hmm.
Or if you
Tell
can
me more.
even look at a bank account and there's like multi-millions of dollars liquid there,
Mhm.
which I have to assume Jeff
don't
Bezos
know.
has access
I don't
to.
know.
Maybe not. They like to pretend they live like
Liquid?
monks, but like it's only because rich people get a bunch of stuff for
Cash.
free. They get free shit all the time. But what I'm saying is, when do you look at that spreadsheet and say, we're good? I don't think they ever do that. It's always like,
More.
We got to, like, we don't have Amazon on the moon yet. Gotta expand. Like,
Speaking of expanding,
Yeah.
did you watch Andy Cohen's? Andy Cohen's?
why is that so funny? I don't know why.
Okay, he's forever Andy
Andy
Cohen.
Cohen. Yeah, I was just about to say the same thing.
His interview on like the Today Show or something where he was like, "I was scammed."
No, about what?
His bank called him and was like, "We need you." Oh God, they don't do this anymore. do
That
they?
is funny. People don't know what that means.
Yeah. Okay.
It's this.
What
Honestly,
is it?
it's on speaker and it's
Okay.
this.
Yeah. It's we need you to put in this information right now. We're gonna send you a link and you need to put in your banking
Is he
information.
honestly that big of an idiot?
And he did it all.
On the phone.
And he did it all while I was on the phone with them. But it wasn't just that hurdle. Like they had to go through a lot of hurdles. And man, they took everything.
Good for them.
Took it all.
Honestly.
Why? And he
Good for
wired it
them.
all.
If
He
you are
wired it all.
yes, if you are gonna be that's so juicy. That's so fucking funny. I mean, obviously his insurance or whatever probably covered him and he like made it back.
I hope so. Poor guy.
Poor Andy Cohen, owner of Bravo.
Does he own Bravo now?
He's literally, yes. He's been like the president for however long.
Well, he's lost his money now.
That's really funny.
Yeah.
Over the phone. You know what? Because he probably hasn't had to deal with his financial stuff for years.
Right. And then
some assistant has.
Right. What is that about?
Yeah.
Why was he handling that phone call?
Well, that's how they knew they could get him too, which is so juicy. Because like it just shows like you can.
Which
truly
housewife
be
gave him the
so
number?
removed.
Which housewife was it?
It's got to be one of those Salt Lake girls. Oh my god!
I know. I watched it.
Listen, they're one of the newer seasons, iterations, whatever. And they're coming into their own now, girl. Let me tell you what. Because I don't watch them. I saw where they went to Trixie's motel. That was cute.
Oh,
They went to her motel.
Okay,
There's an
okay.
episode this season.
Okay.
There are a couple. I didn't watch that episode. I just saw online, but I did watch the episode that everyone knows about, where it's like I told you about this.
yeah. And I think I've
There's
watched
a whole
this.
big controversy on the
Yes.
beach and all that stuff. When I tell you that, like, I dip in and out of the Housewife franchise, it's so peak Housewife reality television.
Mhm.
Like, obviously, that is his own universe now,
Mhm.
and they really know what they're doing now
Mm.
because you don't have to watch anything. You don't have to watch a previous episode of that show, and you can watch that Salt Lake City episode, and it is just drama and like the kind of editing that they created, but like to the nth degree. And it's just like peak housewives.
Do you think AI will ever be able to make housewives of like Mars?
That would be fun. I don't think they could create the same kind of drama. I mean, maybe someday, obviously.
How many hours of footage does a camera or computer need to have in order to get a close approximation of who you are?
That's a good question. Any programmers out there want to answer that one? I mean, they're going to start really knowing
Oh, I
because
know.
that's what they wanted to do
Yes.
with this whole
Yeah.
actors thing.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Who's the first actor you think that's going to do that?
Oh, girl, it's already done. It's probably somebody like from the Star Wars franchise.
Oh, okay.
And that they scanned in like years
Mark
and years
Hamill or
ago.
something?
Yeah. Back when they were like, or like Carrie Fisher, you know what I mean?
Interesting.
Like they've
I guess
all,
they kind
they
of
already did that.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
That was kind of weird.
Well, and then in the Blade Runner 2049 movie,
Yeah.
they completely recreated that woman. Like, I don't even think the actress stood in or anything. It was just full
Really?
CGI, and that was like
Did it look
very
good?
yes.
Because
It was very whatever the uncanny valley was. It wasn't valleying.
Because I will say, the Carrie Fisher one, I was a little taken aback.
It's not perfect.
It's not perfect, but it's close.
And by the last one,
yeah.
I mean, it's very choosy. They don't have her in a lot of shots, but like, yeah.
But I think the
Is my wig so high right now?
No, I think it looks good. But when they decided to do the same thing to like, I'm gonna make up a name here, General Tarkin.
Oh, you mean like they apply the effects to others so they look more like the CGI people and it blends better?
Because remember they recreated somebody else for like Rogue One or something.
The General, yes,
yeah,
that one was less convincing.
And I think it has to do with because his face and his features are very specific that I think it's hard. It was hard for them to create that.
Probably also because he's an older person.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, all of the
more things to like keep track of,
and hard with lighting.
Like a bubble and two bubbles.
Totally.
And so,
well, and with women, especially in film, they are already, softening all of that or whatever. And like Carrie Fisher was snatched in those movies. She was like 60 something, but she had some recent work done.
Yeah.
And so they're not trying to give you texture or old man or no makeup. So it's probably easier.
Do you think it's quite shady of the RuPaul's Drag Race network to go in and finely tune some of the girls'
but not all of
voices, but not all of them, and not all the time either?
Listen.
And I'm like, do they know? Is it just being forgotten?
No.
Or is somebody paying extra to have that done?
I just think it's all a part of producing and editing.
Okay.
Where they're like, we're choosy about what clips we show, and we're choosy about when you look good too.
Interesting.
And if you're going to have an off week and be a bitch, we're going to show you your hairline. I think that they incorporate it like that too.
Okay.
Or they're like, I mean, think about how shady the editing is to begin with sometimes.
It is shady.
I think it's just another factor where they were like, oh, drag queens are self-conscious about their hairlines. Let's zoom in.
I hate to say this. I hate that sometimes when we are watching Drag Race and I'll be sitting there and an entire sentence of like 20 words. Okay, nobody speaks 20-word sentences on that show. But like
that's true.
10 words.
Yeah.
And every single word is from something different. And they tried to make it like a real sentence.
Oh my God, yeah. And you're like,
girl, we know they did not say that.
Who are you selling this to?
And I'm like, girls.
What teenager is actually buying this?
Right,
yeah.
And you can turn up that free play music as loud as you want, but we all hear it.
You're not fooling anybody. You're not fooling anybody.
And so I'm like,
you're right. They piece together. They're like, I fucking hate her. And she's a huge cunt.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And
God, that's funny.
Well played. But
listen, they own all of that footage. Those queens probably signed away all those rights to their image. Like, sorry, they got you in their hairline. Yeah.
What do the people like to listen to in their ears? Is it too loud when I cackle like a bird?
I've noticed that when I laugh, I'm like, I'm trying to go away, but I don't always.
I can't tell if I'm also eating this or if I'm like.
Find out later. I'll let you know next time. How about that? I'll definitely have an answer for you.
That's true.
But
pilots are always bad.
That's true. That's a rule. We're going to talk about something really important that I saw the other night.
Oh, let's hear it.
Somehow Jennifer Lopez got Jeff Bezos to release his information from a shady phone call. Took his money and made a movie musical.
All that money.
Oh, that's what I want to know.
It looks expensive.
Okay, so we got to back up a little bit.
Okay.
So there's a movie musical that JLo has created that's like sort of autobiographical, I guess. There's a trailer out for it. That's all we have. It's coming out on Amazon, and it looks unhinged.
Do you remember when Casey Musgraves kind of did this a year or two ago, 3 years ago? She did kind of the same thing to her album, though. It wasn't like...
Was it like a bunch of little music videos, though?
I mean, yes, but it was like an hour-and-a-half deal.
Okay.
I didn't watch it, so I have
This is not what that is.
No.
This looks like a full story plot musical.
The Cell 2, girl.
And a little that. Because I'm like, okay, it's like Jenny from the Block. And then it's like fucking Mars. Yeah. And then it's like... And I already know she wrote the script too, because there are like choice lines in the trailer that are just like, what do they even mean? The only one I remember is, it's like, you always felt like home to me, and then I knew I needed to leave home. Like, what does that even mean? And they all sound like that. It's like, you were my one and true and only until I saw my two true only. Like, I don't know.
You know who she needed on that show?
Jeff. Who?
Who's Jeff?
Bezos. I don't know.
Mariah Carey.
Oh, bitch. Yeah, you want to make a flop musical? Call her.
You need to call Mariah Carey and be like, listen, Mariah, I need you to
I'm about to do the funniest thing.
I'm about to do the wildest thing. Miss Mariah needed to be on the show.
Yes.
And then J-Lo probably get Andy Cohen back in there. He'd probably be able to stir up the drama too.
At least a cameo. I put him in the Ocean number.
Did you watch it?
The trailer?
No, the whole thing.
The movie?
Yeah.
I don't think it's out yet.
Well, girl,
all I saw was the trailer. I'm not. Are you saying I'm being too judgy up front? Because everybody, I need you to go watch this trailer immediately and know that I'm being so kind right now.
I've only seen pictures.
Oh my God. It's really wild. And it's kind of everything I expected from her as well.
I mean, good for her. What's your favorite J-Lo song?
Oh, we were just listening to Waiting for Tonight before this, and that's stuck in my head still, so I have to say that one.
You know, I just recently found out that one of my favorite J-Lo songs
was Bit by J-Lo.
was intended to be for Meghan Trainor.
Oh, what was that? Did Meghan write it? Because she does write her stuff.
I think somebody wrote it for her, but then she recorded the demo, and supposedly Meghan Trainor's voice is still on the track.
Demo. Yeah, that happens.
And I don't think it's true. I think it all sounds like J-Lo.
What song is it?
It's I ain't gonna be cooking all day. I ain't your mama. Whoa.
I don't think
I ain't your mama. Whoa.
Is that a newer J-Lo song?
Girl, no. I mean, newer. But
right. I mean, because like Megan
10
was
years ago, maybe.
Yeah.
10 years ago.
That's funny.
Yeah.
It sounds like a Megan sound, though.
Oh, after it was like that, it's very much her song. I love J-Lo singing it. She's on the cover in these like little tiny, like, I don't know, sailor shorts and the giant hat. Girl, she looks good.
Listen, her glam team is rocking it for the past however many years. And she always looks good. Yeah. She's one of those people who I'm like, I can vibe out to a song that she's done. But she also, and this is no shade either, like she's one of those people whose voice, when they talk, it sounds like when she's singing as well.
That is true.
Like, think of Adele. She doesn't sound like that when she's singing.
Right.
And it's gorgeous and it's a whole other different thing. Yeah. J-Lo, it's like, I am just talking in notes and longer now.
Can I tell you how scared I was when we were at karaoke the other night and somebody put on the Adele song? And I was like,
which one?
New Chasing Pavements.
Oh, yeah.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
It came on and I was like, I knew this was Adele.
Yeah.
But like her progression has been so wild.
Oh my God.
That I'm just like a completely different person.
Well, because that was her single from her first album that went and that made her big. But like obviously not as big as she is now. Right. And it was just the one.
Right.
And then her subsequent albums, it was like the whole album. Everybody.
Do you like Adele?
Oh yeah.
Do you think she's a genuinely nice person?
I do. Yeah.
I hope she is.
I think so. I think she is actually cool because she's also very intentional. I mean, she might be a huge bitch, but she's at least real. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I don't think that she's bought into the fakeness of it all.
Yeah.
Because she steps away.
She's a little removed.
Totally. But I think that if you are that famous, I would want to be that removed.
Right.
She's not like...
She's like compounding it somewhere, really.
She's out there living.
Is she?
Yeah, having a normal life with like her kid and stuff. I mean, normal.
And then getting in trouble for wearing like stuff she shouldn't be wearing, right?
Like what?
I don't know. Wasn't she wearing like a headdress or something at some festival and people were mad?
Oh, maybe so. I don't know.
It's quite a long time ago, but
I don't know about that. But I always liked how long she stepped away because I always thought it was intentional to be like, I am just trying to live on this earth. And when I come back to my music, I want it to mean something and not just be putting it out to sell.
So you don't think she's out there just living her life for 2 years so she has enough stuff to write her next album?
I mean, surely she's an artist, but she's not trying to churn things up.
She's just refilling the well.
Exactly. I think we all have to do that.
Did you see Lady Gaga's making music right now?
No. Oh, yes, she's back in the studio. You're right. Yeah. Oh, bitch, excited. We got to go back half step and talk about karaoke. So we were invited by some lovely people who I hope watch us.
Yes.
It was Molly's birthday, and it was so much fun. We went to a little karaoke bar that they did the individual rooms, and it was like it looked nice. It was swanky. I was actually kind of surprised by like how nice it was inside.
Yeah.
That sounds so rude, but like
I mean, it was kind of
it was
fun.
nice.
Yeah.
And we walked through the door. I was like, oh, this looks nice. And then the hell started.
Girls.
It should not be this hard.
Room until didn't get
15 minutes after our reservation, and like we don't get that time back.
Right. And then I don't know, the very end, they just shut the thing off and turn on the lights and like, here's your bill.
And start playing closing time.
Yeah.
And then like to get drinks, it's like so disruptive, and they're not very good at that. Oh my God, that was the other thing. I like got one drink, and then I was like, we have another, because we ended up extending our time.
Yeah.
I was like, we got another half hour. I'll have another.
Well, we didn't really extend our time.
They were like, yeah, do you want to add on another 30 and for this price?
No, they were like, we already charged you for an hour and a half.
You're right.
And we can refund you the extra half hour if you want.
After they also like took your water bottle and searched all of our bags, and we're like, we are really not trying to bomb your karaoke bar, man.
I brought in my little tote, and they're like, oh, the guy literally opened up my bag and was like, outside drink. And I was like, it's just, there was Dr. Pepper in it.
Yeah. But I guess it's like we didn't go expecting it to be so bar.
Listen.
And that's a bar rule, I guess.
Yeah, and I get it. I get it.
Yeah.
I would have, I don't know. I was like, I can pour it out.
Do you want me to drink it in front of you? Yeah.
Listen, I brought it because I wanted to sing and I needed to hydrate and I wasn't going to drink beer. But was it throw it up anyway?
But was it water or Dr. Pepper?
It was Dr. Pepper.
Yeah.
To
lubricate.
Listen, milk isn't good for that either, and yet that's good to drink too.
You're still drinking milk?
Chocolate milk.
Okay.
Did you know chocolate milk is actually bloody milk? They can't sell pink milk, so they just put chocolate in it.
I have to move past that immediately. Karaoke. That's
good.
So disgusting. Is that true?
That's
so.
I don't know. Fact check me.
I hope I'm gonna look immediately after this because I hope that's so fake.
I think it's real.
Okay. Anyway, karaoke. I order a second drink.
Oh, right.
And like press the button or whatever, and they come into the room, and this woman is by the door, so I'm like, I'll go there because they're singing and it's loud. Mm-hmm. And I was like, can I have another margarita? And she was like, what's your name? And I was like, last name, because they have my card.
Oh, right.
It's like last name, blah, blah, blah.
They took all of our cards up there.
Right. Like, keeping them open. I don't know. They wanted to make sure we didn't leave and not pay.
I don't know.
And so I'm like, yeah, another margarita. And she's like, okay, great. And then I'm yelling my last name. She's like, great. And then before I even make it back in the room, she like catches me again. She's like, sorry, what was that again? And I was like, a margarita. And she's like, okay, and what's your name again? And I was like,
girl.
Okay. And then I gave it to her. I go back in the room. I'm vibing, la, la, la. Yeah. Literally 5 minutes later, she opens the door and I see her kind of squatted down like this. She goes, what was that you wanted again? It's like a fucking margarita. What's that name? What's that name again?
Excited about to tell us that they had because they were like,
out of other shit.
We had margaritas.
Oh, yeah. Anyway, 3 times for a drink order, girl. I don't know.
And a plain margarita.
We were also
plain.
The only group. We were the only group there. They were not busy. They were not busy. And there were 3 people up at that thing. Anyway, trash talk that place. We're not going to name it, but like, if you live in St. Louis, you might know.
I think they're probably used to a bunch of 20-year-olds.
Probably.
And as much as we might look at, we're not.
And we just want damn good service. And our full time for karaoke.
I don't know if we want good service, but like
competent service. At the very least, stay away.
Yeah, because when you're singing, you don't want somebody interrupting you.
No, especially at those like little crowded karaoke rooms.
Right.
You're like, there's an intimacy there.
Also, get the program where you can change the key.
Oh, yeah. It's 2024, girl.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
Have a book. They didn't have a book. I sat down and I was like, where's the book?
Where's the book? And you...
It's like, no, really,
like,
where's
the book? Look at the catalog over there and you're like, I guess.
Where's the book, ladies and gentlemen?
Physical book, you mean? Yeah. Because they had...
a giant folder.
Yeah.
Is that too old?
I mean... It is a little inconvenient, I guess, to only have one screen in the room
The one
of a
we like in
group
New York had books.
where everybody's like trying to pile in and search the catalog.
That's true.
So yeah, maybe it would help.
Well, they put a lot of money into those 3 TV screens around the room when they could have just had
Listen,
3
there was money all over it. There were like 3 different little keypads, and
It was swanky.
it was swanky. So
Like,
that's why I was
you
like,
were gonna go get a lap dance in there from somebody who
Oh,
was, like,
totally.
really knew what they were doing.
totally. Yeah, and there was like the Versace labels on the
Yeah,
wall and shit.
girl.
Like obviously that's a little tacky, but they're trying to be, and
Swanky.
the service did not match.
No, we had B Team, unfortunately.
The B team. We had the early shift. Yeah.
Maybe. They just wanted to go home. I get
That's
it.
it.
I
Well,
wanna go-
girl,
Yeah.
it might be time for us to go home now.
Are we going home?
Yeah.
Was that
I
it?
think that's it for this week.
Have a lovely time.
Have a lovely time.
Be nice to yourself.
Oh, that's such a good message to go out on. Yeah, be nice
Yeah.
to yourself. Ugh.
And remember, if you didn't do your wingtip like you wanted it this time, there's always next
There's
time.
always next time.
Or there's some, yellow soap in the tub. Go scrub it off your face, girl.
Listen, clean your face.
Clean your face. Then moisturize, which I'm finding is important right now.
30 odd years old and you just started putting lotion on your face.
Skincare. Skincare.
All right. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.